Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Relatively Gaming Podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011, and I'm joined today by my lovely co-host, TJ, at Turn-Based. TJ, how are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. As I told you off the podcast as well, I saw the Odyssey today, so I'm in high spirits because it was epic. Get it? You see the pun there? All right, we can move past it.
Move past it. Oh my god. Speaking of epic, you guys can get an epic new episode of the Relatively Gaming Podcast every Monday right here on YouTube and Spotify at 12 noon Eastern. If you ever have a topic of discussion that you'd like us to follow up on, feel free to put it down in the comment section and we will follow up on it. Like I already said. Also, some things you can do to help us out if you like the episode. Give us a thumbs up, like the episode. You can subscribe so you never miss an episode and leave a comment, and also share it with people you think would also like the episode. It would be greatly appreciated. But we cover the gaming news, we talk about what we've been playing, we go over a dreaded mystery section, and then we talk about something we'll look forward to in the future. I'm all over this intro. All over the place. So let's start at square one. TJ, what do you got for news for us this week?
Well, hopefully not as much as a bummer of news from last week. Hopefully things are turning around a little bit. I'm going to start off with probably the biggest bummer news, though, or the one that I thought might set you off, which is announced on July 16th. Roblox build is described as an AI agent that can turn simple prompts from mobile users aged 9 or older into functioning games. Build was trained on 3D models and game-specific data, though Roblox has not shared many details about its training process. For now, users in New Zealand will be able to test Roblox build and publish AI-generated games starting on July 28th. Roblox says an alpha release for other regions will follow in the near future. Isn't that exciting? North America could be next, Brett. If we could get on the ground floor on this AI building game thing. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's Roblox, but this starts here and then it's game over, dude. Game over.
Yeah, I'm glad they specified children 9 and older, but I don't even know if I want like a
8-year-olds
10-year-old
and younger too stupid to type in, I want this as a game.
Yeah, like can you put Sonic in my Donkey Kong game? Like they can't think of it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I've already seen this type of AI being used to like make apps and websites where you just like type in prompts and it like starts creating the back end of these websites. But I haven't seen this in like game development yet. So this is kind of interesting. I'd be interested to see how successful it is. I don't really know how people make games in Roblox to begin with. So that could just be my ignorance there. I don't know if they have like a big editing tool or something that you go into, or if you have to actually do code. I imagine it's not actually coding with the amount of games that are being produced, but yeah, this would definitely balloon the size of games that are being made for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're made in Roblox either. I would assume it's kind of like I don't know if Gary's Mod is a good comparison, but something like that where it's sandbox-esque and there's a lot of assets, and then you can kind of, finagle things together and piece it together. But I feel like, now I don't play Roblox, it's only kind of like in passing and imagery. I feel like I've seen people have made like licensed fan-esque material like games. So I don't know if there's like a 3D modeling component or if you just import things or how that works. So yeah, that's an interesting question. In terms of the dev from just typing, yeah, I've seen those ads like you mentioned with like the programming. It's like, oh well, Becky just made a program for this thing. We just like,
Yeah.
great, cool. Like, Jesus, I don't know. So yeah, it's really concerning. It's a big bummer. Like, if it helped, like if this was encouraging kids to like, hey, get into development and like figure out the game process, stuff like that, and Roblox was being used as a tool, and this could help them be like a learning avenue, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I really want to make a game. They type it out, they explain it, and then the program, instead of just making it for them, could somehow like make it a process of like, okay, well, let's try and make a character, or let's try and make a room, and maybe takes over the components of like the movement, the animation, stuff like that. But this is like a beginning tool for kids to kind of make stuff. I would be more okay with it, but that's not what it is. So,
Yeah.
ew.
Yeah, not very educational. I don't think you're really gonna get. It's just gonna skip right to generating the game, I think, automatically.
Right.
Um, I was against this at first, but I thought about it from a different view too,
Mm.
because I was like, this is in Roblox. I don't care about Roblox or Roblox games. What I do care about though is like old school JRPGs. And I was picturing, what if like RPG Maker put this function into their game? Like that would be crazy because RPG Maker is pretty extensive, but it takes a long time to develop those games in any appropriate fashion. Like people will take years to make like a 10-hour RPG
Sure.
game when we know traditionally JRPGs can be much longer than that. So, yeah, something like the AI script thing like this would be helpful in that sector. But yeah, I don't know about Roblox. I don't really care about Roblox. So,
Yeah, while I agree it could be a cool thing, it's just me jumping ahead to conclusions per usual. Shocker. It gets to, the point of like, okay, this thing takes off. Yes, it's in Roblox, but then it can expands to other places. Like, do people need to be creating anymore? Like, is this just going to lead to more job loss and stuff like that? You would
mm,
hope that maybe it's like, oh, this was fun, but it's lacking, that human element, that human creativity, whatever it is, where maybe it's a fad. It's the monkey, fucking, the art thing, NFTs again.
oh, NFT.
Maybe
Oh,
it'd be
gotcha. I
something
thought you
like
were talking
that.
about monkeys on a typewriter, but now you're talking
No,
about
no, no.
NFTs.
Sorry,
Gotcha.
but I know
Yeah.
that analogy too. But no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. I meant the art thing where it was like, oh, everybody's got to get a monkey NFT, and then it died off. So maybe it'll be something like that. We can hope.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Absolutely. It's just in beta right now, so it's something to keep an eye on for sure. And speaking of beta, I'm gonna be a good podcast host and actually transition into a beta story if as soon as I can find it. All I know is that where is it? Did I not paste it into this file? Well, then, oh, here it is. Even with just a few weeks remaining until the game is live, Arc System Works is planning on a huge open beta event on July 24th and running for 72 hours. We already knew that. But while many open beta events typically only give participants only a small slice of the overall game, Arc System Works appears to be giving in the opposite direction. Instead of simply letting players hop online to battle each other, the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls open beta will have most game modes and content unlocked for players to try out.
Hmm.
This includes Marvel Tokon's episode mode, the single player element of the game that mixes together comic book storytelling with playable matches. In this case, players can experience the first 3 chapters of Amazing Spider-Man's Guardians team. So that is really exciting and cool. I almost never like try to get into betas because it is usually just the online fighting component, and I get bored of that pretty quickly. And that's a Street Fighter where I can use motor controls and cheat. But this sounds pretty cool, where I can actually get into the single player content and see what's up. And also, I'm excited for Marvel Tokon in general, so I do want to try some of the new characters. I believe they said that Loki and like Green Goblin would be playable in this beta, right? If I'm not
I haven't
mistaken. It
seen
was
any.
one of the new characters.
Gotcha. I haven't seen any updates since Evo, which I know Blade was going to be available, which we talked about. As for those two, I'm not sure, so I can't confirm nor deny. That'd be cool.
Okay, I think it was Blade. I think it was Blade,
Okay.
not those other two that I mentioned. Yeah, but still, I would like to be able to play as
Yeah.
Blade, and you can play as the single player experience now too.
Mm-hmm.
Does that get you more excited to try out the beta? Were you gonna try it anyway, or?
For sure, it does get me excited. I don't know if I was going to sign up for the beta because I'm already kind of sold on the base game. So I'm like, do I need to jump in now? Not really. I haven't officially pre-ordered, but like, I will eventually.
I'm gonna get it.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, eh. But funny enough, you bringing up the episode mode, I was going to bring that up as one of my news stories. So I'll just kind of interject right here real quick. This is coming from IGN and Verity Townsend. Episode mode will feature around 10 hours of content and gameplay in total, with variations in the story playing out depending on which of the 5 default teams you pick. The story will build up to a confrontation against Marvel Tokon's brand new mysterious villains, the Champion and his henchwoman, Promoter. Teams of 4 will battle it out in order to face the Champion in the final battle of the game's episode mode and prevent him from destroying Earth, as detailed in the PlayStation blog post earlier this month. The comic book style cutscenes will be animated and voiced in 10 languages, with players flipping through panels and scenes. The interactive comic book will make use of the PS5 DualSense's haptic feedback too. The default teams revealed by the official channels have been put together with episode mode storyline in mind, noted Yamanaka, who, however, those who want more freedom can make their own teams in the game's other modes. So yeah, seems like it's going to be a beefy story mode as well altogether. Earlier this week on Monday, they had started putting out teasers, and they were going to give more and more and more information about episode mode throughout the week. But with that first trailer, they did show that you're going to be fighting the promoter and the big bad as well. So cool, we're going to be fighting those guys. I don't know if they'll be eventually playable, but obviously there's a lot of moveset out there set for them. So I don't know, cool to see.
Yeah, very cool. I'm glad that's like 10 hours. I feel like that's the perfect length for a fighting game single player content mode like that.
Sure.
I think any more than that, it can drag a little bit, and any shorter than that, you kind of feel like the Invincible versus thing where you're like, well, that was great, but it was an hour. So
yeah.
So 10 hours is perfect. I feel like that Mortal Kombat seems to fall into about like 8 to 10 hours, right? With their story modes, it seems like.
I think so. Because, yeah, there's a lot of like, it's 3 to 4 battles, cutscenes, 3 to 4 battles, cutscenes, and kind of goes back to forth. So I think so. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. So that's great. That's really exciting for me. Like I said, that makes me excited to purchase the game, because while I would have been on the fence, like I'm excited because it's an Arc System Works fighting game, which I do love their fighting games, even if I can't play Guilty Gear, 'cause I just don't understand that game. I love that studio though, especially when they're making these types of fighting games, and I love Marvel characters. So like I was already bought in a little bit, but I'm on the fence because it's like, am I gonna get that good at this fighting game to be able to play people online? But like I said, they're adding that single player element in where it's like, now I'm in. Now you got me. Yeah, now I'm at least gonna get 10 hours out of this. And probably, I would say on low end fighting games, I would put in like 10 hours and then quit. So I'm getting at least 20 hours out of this thing. So that's pretty good. That's definitely worth my investment at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. On to some other news. Shifting back to Xbox and Microsoft a little bit. This news story was actually sent to me by our listener Mike, friend of the show. But basically, a new statement from Bethesda has finally offered some official insight into the current state of Fallout 5's development. The studio has revealed that the game is being developed on Creation Engine 3 alongside the Elder Scrolls 6, which is being which it has been building since Starfield's release. While the new engine allows Bethesda to support multiple projects simultaneously, it isn't far along on Fallout 5 just yet, revealing that the game is currently in the pre-production stage, with the Elder Scrolls 6 remaining the priority. It is described by Bethesda as being its long-term destination, a clear indication that fans shouldn't expect to see it anytime soon. However, the update also does provide significant news regarding Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters, acknowledging their existence for the first time ever. So, holy crap, my dream remake of Fallout 3 might come true after all. That was the news that I got out of that. I was like, sure, I knew that they were going to pivot towards focusing on Elder Scrolls and Fallout due to the reorganization of Microsoft and Xbox. But I didn't know that they were working on the Fallout 3 remaster. So that actually came to as quite a bit of a surprise to me. Does any of that news surprise you at all? Are you excited for Fallout 5? Do you not really care?
I'm going to play devil's advocate. No, not devil's advocate. I'm going to play negative Nancy on this side of the story. It's exactly what you said. Pull the red lever, push the big button. We're in trouble. Go back to our roots. I'm happy for people who have wanted these games for a while. The remasters and obviously Fallout 5. Cool. This following the week they had last week of the shitstorm of layoffs and studios being sold off and everything, this is disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I do not want people to forget they laid off 1,600 employees. They're going to lay off another 1,600 employees throughout the calendar year. They had to sell 4 studios, or rather 2 studios, and 2 studios went independent. I don't know if you're going to talk about it, but the marathon lead over at Bungie already also left as of yesterday.
That was my next story.
Yep. Sorry to tiptoe there, but
you good?
I'm happy for people. I want this to be a good thing, and it is a fun announcement. However, just be wary and don't be memory of a goldfish like I tend to be often of, hey, something bad happened, and now they're trying to cover it up or move on way too quickly. Fallout 5, great, awesome. If Elder Scrolls 6 is still the main focus, you're not seeing Fallout 5 till 2040. You know? So
I was gonna say 2035. I was gonna be optimistic.
I don't know. When did we get the Elder Scrolls 6 in the sky? I'd never remember, but yeah, it's I want to be excited. I want to be happy for people, but it's hard to be.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's also a fair analysis that potentially Xbox and Microsoft is like, quick, push out a positive story.
Yep.
Give them something to feed on. And Fallout 5 isn't easy. People are like, oh, they're working on Fallout 5.
Right.
But I also kind of see it as a negative too, where it's like, wait, you're just now starting to fuck around with Fallout 5? Like 11 years after Fallout 4? What do you mean?
Because because like you mentioned a few weeks ago, they got to go back to their roots. So they're like, oh, I guess we should go back to Fallout. You know, yeah, it's a bummer.
I just don't know how you weren't already like pre-producing assets or like a storyline or like a setting or something for. Like, man, if I was at Bethesda like a year after Fallout 4's DLC ended, I'm like, what's the next Fallout 5 game? I mean, even if we're not going to put it out for 20 years, what is it going to be? Let's start storyboarding some stuff.
Yeah, granted, they did go the 76 route, so at least there's that. But yes, even still, there should have been something going on, not just, oh, now we're getting into pre-production.
Yeah, that blows my mind. Like how they fumbled that property is beyond me. Again, they have put out 76, and 76 is not a bad game. It's a game I've come to terms with. I like it on some capacity. I still do just miss that solo Bethesda RPG experience that you get from a traditional Fallout game. And I feel like now when I boot up 76, every time I boot it up, I'm like, I just kind of wish I was playing Fallout 4 for the first time again. That's how I feel, and I wish I could like slow the VATs down, especially because my character in Fallout 4 was a chemist and was addicted to drugs, and the drugs in Fallout 4 are like jet and psycho, and it like slows down time and stuff. And you obviously can't do that in a multiplayer game because your time, everybody has to be on the same timing, which is why VATS has been totally overhauled and changed. So the fact that VATS was different, and then also I couldn't use my drugs as a mad chemist, that was kind of a bit of a bummer every time I load up 76, although it is still a bit of casual fun. You did just mention Joe Ziegler is the game director for Bungie's Marathon, or he was, but he left the studio just 3 weeks after the team at Bungie was significantly downsized by 300 to 400 employees. That's just a big red flag warning sign. I would be very wary of Marathon at the moment. Again, not installed on my hard drive, so like I'm not even part of the Marathon community at this moment. But like, I don't know, if I was a gamer right now and I was like, I've got $40 to spend, I don't know if I would recommend Marathon just because I'm very wary of its future at the moment. Like I really don't know what's gonna happen with this game. I feel like at any moment Microsoft could just be like, good try, but no, try again.
Well, this isn't a Microsoft thing.
Oh, that's right. Sony owns Bungie now. I'm so sorry. I'm
getting my
studios. Studio ownership stuff. Yeah. So that would be on Sony's end. You're right. I forgot because they downsized those 300 to 400 employees, and I'm getting all the everybody's firing everybody.
It's shitty everywhere.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like, oh, your game did good, you're fired. Your game did bad, you're fired. Your game's kind of mediocre, you're fired.
Right to jail.
Oh, great. Yeah, straight to jail. Believe it or not, straight to jail. This is a pretty funny story. GameStop CEO brushes off the importance of physical video games sales. In a Bloomberg interview, Cohen said that console gaming's imminent shift away from physical disc release did not matter to GameStop's current revenue stream. In short, Cohen said, it is totally, totally, totally irrelevant. End quote. Cohen then claimed that GameStop's software sales made up less than 12% of the retailer's current business, while collectibles made up over half of it. The GameStop executive added that while software sales mattered in the past to GameStop, the move towards digital exclusivity would not affect GameStop's bottom line due to the retailer's focus on collectible items. This is not only an insane story, but it is followed up by another story that happened, or I don't remember which one happened first, but he also made comments about the eBay acquisition, saying that if eBay and GameStop merged, there would be an asset worth over $1 trillion with collectibles. it seems like he's really focused on this collectibles angle, and it's like, hey, buddy, it's called GameStop. It's about selling video games. How did this become just a collectibles store? I don't understand, and I don't think that that's going to be a successful pathway in the future, but who knows? I'm not an analyst. I don't have access to their financial reports. What do you think about that, though? What do you think about those statements?
Baffling, but honestly, when you're given the 12% is just the games alone, I kind of understood
Yeah.
it. Because, yeah, if you go into a GameStop now, there is a bunch of collectibles, as he mentioned, which kind of, everybody, mom and pop shop, does their things. Like Funkos, when those were huge. Let's get a bunch of Funkos. Like Little Boo Boos, when those were huge. I just walked through a mall today, so I saw all the clusterfuck of everything. Have you heard of
Hey, Labubus
Fugglers?
are still huge, okay?
That's true. Have you heard of
In my heart.
Fugglers? Because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of get it, but also, did he shoot himself or did they shoot themselves in the foot as well with the games being only 12%? You did such shitty deals with trade-ins and, charging so much for a bunch of used games. Like, is that why those numbers have gone down and you've had to pivot yourself to go to collectibles to kind of stay afloat? I don't know. While I guess it's good on them to be flexible and pivot and do those things, what's the longevity for that? Speaking of a mall, I feel like I see stores come and go where it's like, oh, we're going to do these things that are in the zeitgeist or kind of mystery boxes and all this. And then it's like, okay, you're here one trip. And then the next time I go in like a year or two, you're gone. The space is something else completely. So, yeah, I don't know. GameStop locations seem to be shutting down near me. So I don't know what their online storefront as well, how they do there. Maybe that's more beneficial to them. But time will tell. Good on that guy. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know. And I've seen GameStop try and pivot over the years to different things. I think the biggest mistake GameStop made in the most recent years is them dropping the ball on retro gaming,
Mm,
because retro gaming is still a huge market. We see these retro gaming stores pop up everywhere. Here in North Carolina, there's kind of a monopoly of like one company or like one store that has it in like every town, but there's still a couple extra ones that I've noticed popping up of different names and stuff. So other independent retro video game collecting stores. And GameStop had an opportunity. They were well positioned to be that trade-in for used video games for these like classic like SNES games and PS1 games and stuff. However, they were so bad at video game pricing of not only just your current like PlayStation 5 and Xbox trade-ins, just also retro games. People who collected retro games for decades and stuff were like, your pricing is nowhere near the market value of these items. Like, why would I buy them from GameStop when I could buy them from somewhere else? And then also when they did buy them, they didn't have the storefront for them, so they shifted that up to online. They were like, okay, you can buy all your retro games online with GameStop. But then GameStop's online storefront is horrible. It's dog water. It takes forever to ship, and then you never know if are you gonna get the box art? I don't know. They're not gonna tell you. You know if you're gonna get the box art. You don't know if you're gonna get like the manual or anything. You don't know if you're gonna get just the cartridge, what condition the cartridge is gonna be in. It's not like they're gonna show you the picture of that exact cartridge. Like if you bought it off of an eBay or something, they have a stock photo of a cartridge, and then you buy that and you hope it's a good copy. So, yeah, them fumbling that I think was really the start of the downfall, because then they pivoted to, like you said, with the Funko Pops and the T-shirts and stuff. They started to try and go that route, and apparently it's been successful enough for them to make up 50% of the revenue, which is pretty crazy. But like I said, I just don't know if a collectible store is going to be the way of the future.
that's only
Doing the math here.
62%. What's the
Yeah.
other? What's the other 38?
I imagine 38's got to come from hardware, maybe. Maybe
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
selling
Good call.
consoles.
Good call.
Yeah. Which they could still always do that. There could
Yeah.
always still be a storefront for consoles and trading in consoles and things, which they would be pretty good for that. Because a lot of times, like if you're going to trade in your Switch, for example, you want to have the opportunity to transfer the data in
Mm,
between them. And a lot of GameStops will like allow you to plug in your old Switch and do that there.
yeah.
Whereas if you're like buying it at Best Buy, you might not have that opportunity.
Sure.
So GameStop will still be viable for that. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting and funny story. And then wanted to end on a positive note. Something that really spoke to me was that a PC gamer finds a clever way to turn Steam games into physical cartridges.
Ah.
One Steam user shared a clever method that they crafted for playing some of their favorite PC games. A Reddit user named Jabril Sama shared a short video demonstrating their custom Steam game cartridge setup on their Linux PC. The cartridge creator said that they used some cheap 2.5-inch SSDs with a capacity of 128 gigs each as the main basis. Each SSD was then placed in a colorful 3D printed cartridge that also showed the game's key art on the top side. The OP then picked up a purple Steam cartridge containing Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon and inserted it into a customized SATA dock. Once plugged in, Armored Core 6 was ready to play within a second. My description of that really does not do it justice. You should check out that video, who's ever listening, if you get the chance. It looked really cool. The cartridges, because they are SSDs, they are like this big, and they have like a big, really cool piece of art on it. But him just like putting that in, docking it in on his desktop was just really cool, and something that I could see myself maybe getting into if I had the funds to buy a couple dozen extra SSDs and a 3D printer. It seems like I would need as well. But it was just really cool, and I think stuff like this is maybe that's the future of PC gaming, where it's like they're not going to sell you physical cartridge, but maybe we can come up with ways to make it physical ourselves if we want to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
For some games, I wouldn't do that for all 300 games in my category
No.
or my catalog, but like it'd be cool if there was like an Elden Ring hard drive that I could plug in. Like that would be pretty sick. Also, you wouldn't have to keep all those games plugged in or downloaded on your hard drive. That would free up your hard drive space. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty brilliant idea all the way around. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What about you? I'm sure I stole some of your news stories, but do you have anything that's fun for us today?
Actually, no. Like, I wrote down the Fallout one and the Marathon, just like, maybe I'll touch on them because they were breaking yesterday, I think, or Thursday or Friday, whatever, doesn't matter. But I tried to make a goal for myself this week, TJ. Only positive news. So, welcome to Brett's
Okay.
Positive this week. Only good news from me, Brett. All right, anywho, we like Marvel Rivals here. We might be talking about it later. And a new character that we talked about last week, the Hood, is going to be joining in on season 9 towards the back half, and we got a reveal of their voice actor. WWE superstar and former world champion Damian Priest is the voice of the Hood. I am so stoked. It sounds awesome. He's got an amazing voice. So hearing him as the character, I jumped. I was out of excitement. It was very, very cool to hear him. There's a quick like teaser video with Hood out right now, so you can check that out. But so happy for him. I know in the past he had an opportunity to be in a Marvel movie. I think he was supposed to be in Wakanda 2. And at the time, the regime was like, hey, champ, nope, you can't go do that. We need you here. So that was a bit of a bummer. So now to know that he's involved in this Marvel project, I'm just happy for him. So yeah, the Hood, Damian Priest being revealed as voice actor. Awesome to hear.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
That teaser trailer video of the Hood, did it show gameplay, like his abilities? Like what are we rocking with here?
No, this is just a
Okay.
cutscene of him walking away from what he's done to Apocalypse. So no gameplay yet. His image is unveiled in the game if you load it up now. I don't know if he's in the hero roster, but he's now, you can see him from the team up team up abilities. It used to just be a silhouette. So yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, he's got some cool abilities. Obviously he's got the Hellfire guns, but everything else, he's got some cool stuff with the cloak and stuff. So I'd be interested to see what they could do with the Hood. I didn't realize he was going to be the back half of the season's character.
Yep.
Yeah.
This isn't a good transition, but speaking of characters, there was a mysterious character that showed up in New York City, Times Square, as Pokemon Go celebrated its 10-year anniversary with a Times Square takeover. Almost 2,000 attendees played the game together, making for one of the largest gatherings in Pokemon Go history and just gaming in general. I've seen some clips here and there. I don't know if you have, but it seems insane that the Pokemon was able to just take over all of Times Square for this freaking event. Seems really cool. I saw some photos from some content creators who were able to go, and it just seems like it was a nutty, great old time. So cool, and happy for Pokemon Go that has been going 10 years. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, I remember when Pokemon Go was being launched, and I thought it was like a fad thing because it caught on very quickly when it came out. It was like a really big thing, and then it's just sustained this whole time, and it's had its peaks and valleys for sure. But the fact that it's still here and still this popular 10 years later is good on them. That's great. I'm glad to see it.
Yes. Speaking of good things that make us happy, this is coming from PC Gamer and Harvey Randall. Summer Games Done Quick raises $2.4 million for charity. Let's see. Summer Games Quick, the self-explanatorily summer version of Games Done Quick, has tallied a lovely $2.4 million and raised money for Doctors Without Borders, a charity that provides medical care around the world for those in need. So yeah, awesome to hear of the success of the event. I still haven't gone and checked out some speed runs and stuff like that, but it seems like there's plenty of fun things to watch and check out. So like I said last week, please go check out their VODs if you are interested. Now that I forgot about the charity aspect, but now that knowing that's a result of this and not just people going, I can do things, it's like that added layer of like, oh, that's really cool, that they're able to gather all these people together and do something for good as well and pay it forward. So congrats to the team over there. That is no shy accomplishment or small accomplishment. So congrats to them and the team, because that is insane. An insane amount of money to be raised. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. A selfish piece of news for us Disney fans. This is from Gamatsu. And author, where's your name? Sal Romano. Disney will host a deep dive into Kingdom Hearts event at their D23 2026 on August 15th from 4:30 to 5:30 Pacific, the company announced. The event description is as follows: deep dive into Kingdom Hearts. Join us for a journey through light and darkness as we commemorate 25 years of Kingdom Hearts. Discover how this saga united Disney, Pixar, and Square Enix, with insights from the creative minds, character voices, and more behind the magic. While the description does not specifically say whether Disney or Square Enix plan to share any new information, the recent re-emergence of Kingdom Hearts 4, along with the announcements of Kingdom Hearts Collection for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch 2, could suggest that there is more to come. Outside of the Kingdom Hearts specific event, Disney will also host a Disney Entertainment Showcase on August 14th, which will provide an exclusive preview of what's coming next across Disney movies, television, games, and live stage productions. A Disney Dreamlight Valley event, providing a sneak peek into the game's 2026 plans, is also on the schedule. D23 2026 will run from August 14th to 16th at the Anaheim Convention Center. So for those of you guys who don't know, D23 is like a yearly Disney-specific convention where they talk about TV shows, movies, theme park stuff, games, and there's a lot of merch and preview events and stuff like that that goes on. So now for them to acknowledge we're going to do a Kingdom Hearts thing is like, ooh, red flag, hello, what's this going to be about? Hopefully it's not something silly where it's just like, yep, here's Sora day one, here's Sora where we left off, and kind of just do like talking about the journey. While that would be cool, hopefully we can see some more stuff about Kingdom Hearts 4 and the recent resurgence, as the article said, at the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. Hopefully we see more and it's not just back into the ether for another 5 years or whatever it is.
Right.
All right, and I got one last story, and TJ, this is for you because I'm not sure if you knew.
Okay.
This has come from Nintendo.com. Mario Tennis Fever is getting a free update. A Super Mario Galaxy themed tennis court and a new Fever racket are coming to Mario Tennis Fever. A free update for the Nintendo Switch 2 game Mario Tennis Fever is available now. New content inspired by Super Mario Galaxy has been added to the game. So from what I can see here, they got the new racket, they got the new, court like they said. Was Rosalina and Luma already in the game?
I don't remember. I think they were though.
Okay, well, I was gonna say they're here on the cover art, so
I think Luma's actually a separate character this time around.
Oh, okay, yep, I can see Luma there waving their little racket around. It looks like there's different colors of Lumas. Yeah, there was a trailer that was put out. That's kind of what I'm scrolling through, and those of you watching, if you heard a little Mario jump noise, that was that for a moment. So yeah, just figured I'd pass that on. Cool, free content coming to one of your favorite games.
Yeah, I'm excited for that for sure. Also, because I have dipped my toes in playing online a little bit, like a couple weeks ago when I played like 2 matches online. So it'd be cool to see because they're also doing character balances.
Hmm,
So they're balancing the characters a little bit. I don't actually even know what the stats of the characters do really in that game. I know they have like the little tags where it'll say like balance or speedy or tricky or whatever.
right.
But beyond that, I'm like, what's the difference between one heavy character and the other? I don't know. So the fact that they're doing individual character tweaks like that was pretty interesting. So it's cool though. It's great to see that they're updating the game and like giving it some life. They're not just abandoning it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, nice. Well, that wraps up for news this week. Hopefully, everybody's in better spirits, but, be wary out there. So let's move on to our next section. We're going to talk about what you've been playing. So, TJ, what you've been playing, good sir?
Well, literally in the last week, the only thing that I've played is two things, I guess. I played exactly 1 hour of Marvel Rivals with you after we recorded the day after we recorded the last podcast. And that was pretty fun, actually. I got back in the swing of things with Gambit. I played a little bit of Cyclops. I don't think I played with him very much. And then I did try out Jubilee a little bit. I didn't really jive with Jubilee very much, but I also didn't play her for very long. So I would have to give her a shot. She is a healer, right?
Yes.
So that's always fun. I do like playing as the healer, even though the pressure can ramp up sometimes. I just think it's fun to help out your teammates, so that's pretty cool. That and then I've been playing Marvel Snap on my phone a little bit
Hey,
sometimes.
nice.
Yeah, just while I've been like at a doctor's office or something. So other than that, though, just haven't really been playing video games this week. Just been kind of in a lull, to be honest with you. So hopefully getting back to it next week. What about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I'll start with Rivals because you brought it up. Yes, I have been back fully in the swing with Rivals. As TJ said, we played a little bit together, and I'm fully in on all the events and whatnot. As I showed off a Lady Loki skin that's swimsuit esque, and he's like, "Whoa, hello!" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But yeah, I've been jumping back into it, and I have been firmly on the train that is Jubilee being brought into this game. I wasn't sure if I was going to resonate as well, but I figured, she's new. Why not try her? And especially, like you said, her being a healer, and primarily that being what I focus on, just because people don't play healers. And I love Loki. Dude, she is so awesome. Does it take a little while to get used to? Yes, absolutely. But Jubilee has become a new staple into the mix, as I've messaged you on Discord being like, oh my god, it's kicking so much ass. So I've been playing Jubilee. I've probably put in, I don't know, 5 to 7 hours alone on Jubilee, probably.
Wow.
I've really been enjoying her kit. So what she does as a healer is she takes her firework ability, is both offensive and defensive in terms of helping your teammates. You can shoot enemies, do damage, duh. Or you can shoot your allies directly and it will heal them. I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't care.
As I say, how do fireworks heal exactly? What is
the power of
chemistry behind
light?
Sorry, continue.
You're good. She has a few abilities that she's able to use as well in her moveset. There's one that is a shoulder button, at least based on controller, where it just amplifies the rate of fire of your fireworks. This really helps out big time with your offensive abilities and when you need to get a teammate back into the fight quickly and clutch, or even just keep them alive if they're being attacked. The one that's my favorite, though, and I think a lot of players who don't play Jubilee don't understand how it works completely, and that may kind of trip up players, is there's a bubble effect that Jubilee has. She has two of them. But if you send out a bubble, it's kind of like a firework that creates the bubble. And anybody in that bubble, if you're an ally, will heal. If you're an enemy, I don't know if it does damage over time. I think it might. But the bubble serves two focuses. The main one that I like to use it for is the healing factor. The other one, which I'll talk about quickly, is the offensive nature. You can throw this bubble at enemy players, and there's a prompt to detonate it. If you detonate it, any enemy players that are in that bubble, they'll get temporarily blinded, similar to Daredevil's ability that he does to you. So that makes it very nice to kind of catch your opponents off guard, kind of throw a kerfuffle into their plan, whatever it is. I don't use that one as much because, like I said, I'm using this for the healing purposes. For the healing purpose, if you throw the bubble and you keep it there, anybody in your bubble that's a teammate will get healed over time. However, you can make it even better than that. If you're Jubilee or as your Jubilee, if you shoot your fireworks at the bubble will expand and it gets a bigger area to heal even more AoE area and cause area of effect, for those of you who don't know AoE. And it really becomes helpful when your team is in the fight, where it's just the enemy team and them just going back and forth. You throw a bubble at there at the point and do that, they're constantly getting healed over time as long as they're in that bubble. And that's become huge for me. So I've really been enjoying Jubilee. I kind of rotate that bubble. So while I have 2 available, I'll only do 1 at a time. Let that first one go. Once it runs out, I'll immediately throw the second one and get everybody back into healing shape. So that's been really nice. Also, the bubble follows people. Whoever's closest to the bubble, it will gravitate towards them like a magnet. So it can follow people. And I've always enjoyed putting it on my tanks and have it go with them. So that's been really nice. Her ultimate essentially is the similar, where it combines both the rapid fire and the bubble effect. It does a bubble around her that will cause healing in a ring, and also automatically triggers the rapid fire so you can start blasting away at enemies or heal your teammates. Like I said, it took a little bit of a while to figure it out, but once I got the hang of the bubbles, and the bubbles being the main component, Jubilee, I've had a few MVPs where I'm the best player in the game. I've had 20 kills. I've had 20 assists. I've had 10,000+ heals. There was even one match where I was solo healing as Jubilee. And for anybody who's played Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, when you're solo healing, you're like, oh, this is going to be ass and this is going to suck. It was stressful, but we dominated. I don't know how we were able to do it, but I was like, bubble here, do this, pew, pew, pew. Doing whatever I needed to, but it worked. It's been a great time with her. She's been really good against flyers. That rapid fire shot really comes in clutch against flyers and against other duelists. It helps out with the tanks, but obviously I still need assistance in terms of doing damage. But I think overall, Jubilee has been a solid addition here, and I think she has a lot available in her kit to make a difference with the teams. It's still a little bit of a growing pain for everybody of like fully understanding her if you don't play her, like I mentioned before. Because some people are like, I need heals. I'm like, get in the bubble, motherfucker. Like, that's the one. While the fireworks are nice and shooting them directly, the bubbles are definitely the key. So I've been having a great time with her.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense listening to you explain the character. Because again, I played with her for maybe 2 rounds or something, so like I didn't really get to fully explore kit. But I definitely did not know what to do with that bubble whatsoever. I was just like, I guess I can detonate it. I don't know what the hell's going on. So I kind of avoided it and just stuck to the main attack. But that makes a lot more sense. Maybe I'll try her out if I play solo. Yeah. Imagine if we play together, you'll probably be playing as Jubilee.
I mean, here and there, but I'm always willing to be like, give her a shot, go for
it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with her. I've also been diving back into Hela. I got Punisher to Lord, so now I'm like, well, got to play other people. Hela's been going pretty well too, but Jubilee's been the main one there that I wanted to give a shout to.
Nice.
Next, I want to talk about a game that you were kind enough to give me. I have jumped into Pragmata, albeit only a little bit. I streamed it a little bit this past week and plan on doing more this upcoming week. It's really fun. Hugh and Diana, it's like, boom, instantly they're together. All big problem happens with Hugh. Diana's here to save the day. And then you're just right into the combat of trying to figure out how to get off this space station. An earthquake happens, causes chaos around the space station. And now the space station is like fighting against you, thinking you're an invader. That's why all the robots are coming after you. And it's been a lot of fun. Each chapter is essentially like a section of the map, And you can go back to a home base at any point and upgrade Hugh, upgrade Diana to increase their skills, make it better for you, or you can just truck along. You can keep going through and battling. In a way, it also seems like a roguelike, in that if you do fall or die, it's not like a canon death. I mean, you don't really die. You pass out and Diana somehow drags your human adult male body back to the shelter and you're totally fine. And she'll acknowledge it. She'll be like, oh, the big guy got us. Like, I was fighting this big robot. I think it's literally called a stomper or a squasher. I probably should have picked up on the name, but it just picked up its big ass foot and just went, Caw-caw! And it was an instant death. And I was like, oh. Oops. She'll acknowledge it, and Hugh will acknowledge it when he wakes back up at the main base. But from there, once you go back out on your journey, if there's any weaponry that you've found, you can upgrade it so it's available to you right at the base. You'll always have your pistol that has 6 shots that will recharge over time, or you'll find more powerful guns, like I found a shotgun, and I found a gun that traps robots in place in like a stasis. You can upgrade it and they will get more powerful, but that first initial upgrade brings them to the home base. So before you go out on a run, if you want to equip certain guns, if you've invested in them, then you can do that. You also can pick modifiers before you go out. I think the only one I've gotten is something health related where I can heal more or something like that. I don't remember super well. But along with the gun upgrades, you can also unlock more modifications for yourself and slots so you can have 2, maybe 3 at a time each time you run out there. So I really appreciate that flexibility in gameplay when you like, I found something that works or I want to tweak it and mess around with things. It's cool to have that customization available to you instead of just what I thought was going to be point-to-point narrative. Here's you and Diana. Okay, go do your thing kind of thing. The gameplay's been a lot of fun too. The shooting's solid, and the hacking mechanic, for those of you who don't know, Hugh is human, Diana is an android robot, whatever terminology you want to work with.
She's an AI.
Yes, the only AI I like. And Hugh will have his guns, and he's shooting the robots that are made and protecting the base. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of effect. So what Diana does on your back is she can hack into enemies, and this will expose weaknesses so that when Hugh shoots his guns, it's a lot easier, and you can rip and tear through enemies very, very easily. When you're doing the hacking minigame, it's very, very fun, where it's kind of just 4 directions, move your icon, go through certain things, avoid others, and get to the final hack point that you need to do, almost like you're drawing a maze. As you're going through, you'll see special modifiers that if you stack them up, it will provide more of an opening and also allow Diana to do some damage with her hacking as well. So you have to be a little bit strategic and also pay attention to 2 things at once. Time does slow down while you're hacking, but you still need to manage dodging other enemies and whatnot. So while you're hacking, you could mess up and go, oh no, I took the wrong path. Now I can't hack, or I hit something wrong, or at least it wasn't as beneficial to me as it could have been. It hasn't been too stressful yet, but like I said, I'm really enjoying diving into it. And for only putting an hour and a half into it, I'm like, nope, I'm sold. I'm ready to just see this all the way through. It doesn't have to win me over. So really enjoying it. And once again, thank you very much for gifting it to me. I do really appreciate it.
Of course, it was your birthday, and also now I get to watch it on stream. So
Yes.
I have not actually seen the game played all the way through. I have seen a couple of scenes, like I popped it in some Twitch streams, and I've seen some of the later game puzzles that Diana has to navigate, and they're pretty. It gets pretty intense, my friend. So I hope you start to master that puzzle element. But yeah, it's I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too. All right, and then a bummer, TJ, because like you said, you haven't played much this week, which is fair. But guess what, motherfucker? I have, and I've played Final Fantasy VII Remake all the way through, and
oh man,
my God, I am in vested. And what do I mean by that, TJ? I mean invested. Physical media, bitch. Yeah, shout out to my local shop, Forgotten Freshness. I picked up FF7 Remake Intergrade. I picked up Crisis Core. I already had Rebirth, but now I have everything physical. I'm locked in. I'm loaded. I have Intergrade downloaded, but have not started, or rather intermission.
Okay.
So I have not jumped into the DLC with Yuffie and other character yet. But man, I'm not going to obviously go into details here because you haven't beaten it. But I had so much fun going through this. I'm glad that we talked about it a few weeks ago, obviously with our hype of Revelations. And I'm really glad that we both decided to jump into this. I apologize greatly to my friends of years ago who said play this game and stop being a bitch, because this was awesome. I will talk about a nice feature that happens after you beat the game, and this is not a spoiler. Okay. After you beat the game, the nice thing about this is you unlock a chapter select. So you can go back anywhere you want, pick up any things you might have missed, re-experience things that you want to. It also gives you an XP boost. It also gives you an ability point boost. So for your abilities that you can learn from your weaponry or your materia, I believe also, don't quote me on it, that will also be increased. So you learn things faster. So I really appreciate that. There is some content that is locked behind choices and you don't even notice. So you will... not will have to, but you can go back to and still get new experiences from that.
Cool.
If you're looking for more of a challenge, a hard mode is unlocked by beating the base game. As someone who likes chasing trophies and chasing platinums, I was feeling really good about FF7. I do not think this will be a game that I will platinum, sadly, because hard mode is required. In hard mode, you cannot use items.
What?
And your mana only replenishes at certain points. So I'm like,
what the fuck?
Oh boy, I don't think so. While I never game over died outside of 2 opportunities, I think.
Sure.
People fell, and I needed to throw a phoenix down here and there, in a panic and be like, no, get back up! So to have that not as an option in this, oof. I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, because I will say I've gotten more than 2 game overs. I'll admit. I think I struggled a little bit more in some of the other chapters. Sure. But there's some fights where if I didn't go in strategically in the beginning, by the second half of the fight, I'm playing a healing juggling where I'm like, okay, this character heals this character, heals this character, heals this character as their ATB bar fills. And I do that for a couple of turns until they get healthy again, and then I can attack for a couple of turns. But my Barret does not have a healing materia in, so he always uses items. So I use Cloud and Tifa have their healing abilities, and then I go to Barret and I just have him use items. And so that would really throw a wrench in my plans to play on hard mode. I would have been screwed.
Yeah. So interesting factor on the hard mode. Like I said, I don't know if I'll dive into that. But I am considering going back and at least like clearing up some of the trophies that I did miss, and sillier things. But we'll see. Who knows? Could be one of those things where I'm like, well, I'm not getting the platinum. What's the point of getting the other things? Like I mentioned, I haven't jumped into the intermission DLC yet. I didn't realize that was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So while it was available to me for free thanks to the subscription, now I also have it physically. So
nice.
I had to download FF7 again for the PlayStation 5 version and integrate. For those of you who are trophy hunters as well, your trophies will auto pop. So what that means is anything you earned in PlayStation 4 versions will pop for you automatically if you transfer your save data in the PlayStation 5 version. So that's nice if you want to do double plat or, just rack up those. But getting back to the game without spoilers. How the story unfolds for this one and what we talked about with those wispy guys, that aren't in the base game, or rather the original PlayStation 1 game, learning more about those and seeing how the story unfolds later on, it's got the wheels turning in my head of like thinking about things, theorizing things, and then being like, wow, that's really cool. I really appreciate that. Where is this story going to go? And what other things may or may not be tweaked as we jump into Rebirth and eventually go into Revelations. It's really intriguing. It's also been interesting, interesting to see the additional characters come into play. We talked about the Turks, we talked about Reno, we talked about Rude, we talked about Roche. There are others I'm going to not name just because I can't remember exactly who shows up when, but I think you said you're at chapter 17. Okay.
Yes.
But just to play it safe, seeing those other characters, and I'm like, oh, okay, this adds like a whole nother element of like, interesting. Where's your story going to go? Or, oh, that was cool to see that play out. Okay. Also, seeing cameos of other characters. I'm being real tiptoey here. I'm like, okay. I feel like I'm seeing you earlier than I should. There's one we've both experienced, so I will talk about him. When the plate falls, you get these different cutscenes of like people reacting to the chaos of Sector 7 kind of getting fucked up, right? Yeah. And you randomly see this cat. Do you remember the cat? He's like a cat. He's got a little crown on and a cape.
I think I do, actually.
It's very briefly. Yeah. That's a character that I saw in trailers for Rebirth. And I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck are you doing here? So there's little sprinkles of things here and there where it's like, oh, okay, interesting. Because like I said, there's a lot that they've built on, obviously, with this being a standalone experience from the PlayStation 1, build, where what I played of the original, they've just added more and more and more on top of that first experience. So it's cool to see. I'm looking forward to when you do finish it, talking more in depth with you about it. I don't know whether we do it here or whether we just do it on our own. Looking forward to that. I wanted to play a little bit of intermission before today's podcast, but just didn't have the time. So probably going to be jumping into that this weekend and at least getting a head start on it. From what I've seen, it's about a 4-hour experience. So I should finish it by next week. We'll see. And then I'll be getting into Rebirth. So absolutely been loving my time with FF7. Once again, apologies to those who, recommended it ages ago and I didn't play it. But I've been happy to check it off of the backlog and continue forward into what's next.
Do you think that you will do a palate cleanser like my original plan was to do for in between Rebirth and Remake, or do you think you're just going to dive right into Rebirth?
I think I'm going to dive right into Rebirth after intermission, most likely, as we talked about last week or the week prior, just for momentum's sake, and then also like I am really invested and interested, so why not dive into that instead of being like, okay, no, you got to stop and then get the ball rolling again. I do remember you talked about Bonanza as probably your palette in between, and that's totally fine. I don't want to force you to play anything either.
Right.
But yeah, that might be fine as well because, as we talked about, this is open world-esque and is a decent-sized game. So that might take some time to get through in comparison. I think FF7 Remake, when I finished it, I clocked in my save file said 36 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So decent chunk there. But I think that's only a third of what Rebirth has to offer if you do everything.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more in Rebirth. Like I said, I've seen people clock anywhere between 60 to 80 hours in that game. Some people have said over 100. So we'll have to see.
We will. But yeah, that's it for me and you for what we've been playing. So very cool. So we're going to move on to our dreaded mystery section, which, like you alluded to last week, tends to be a quiz section, which it was going to be a quiz section again today. but someone was not prepared enough. I was going to make a Doom quiz for you based on 2016
Nice.
and above or past, beyond, whatever the terminology is. And I was like, I'm struggling. So instead, I'm going to bring back an old favorite. We're going to bring back Guess the Game based on the poor description that is provided. All right, so for those of you who don't remember, once again, this is from Guess the Game. And these are going to be poor descriptions of video games. TJ and I are going to work together in terms of trying to guess what this game is. It will get more obvious or apparent as we go through. There are 6 descriptions if we need them, and we can type in our guesses. If it gives us, or if we guess something in the franchise, it will tell us that. If not, then it's just like, nope, sorry, champ. Try again. So TJ, do you have any questions before we begin?
Yeah, sometimes I have a hard time holding information in my head if I just hear it. If I see a sentence, I'm very much better at it.
Sure.
Is there a way you could share your screen so I could see the information?
Sure thing. Edit magic away. All right. Future us is here. Are here? I don't know. Anywho's. All right. Let's start with game number 1. Chat, feel free, obviously, to play along and let us know in the comments how you did. Game number 1. A woman with severe maternal instinct issues spends hours waiting for her boss to give her permission to turn on her air conditioning. Once again, a woman with severe maternal instinct issues spends hours waiting for her boss to give her permission to turn on her air conditioning.
I'm getting really tripped up by the phrase maternal instinct issues. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase uttered together before in the English lexicon. What does that mean? She has issues with her maternal instinct? I don't understand. What?
So I think she's very possessive of her kids, or maybe she's too worried about them, is potentially what it's saying.
But on the other hand, she says she's waiting for her boss to give her permission to turn on her air conditioning,
Right.
which means she can't be too worried because maybe it's hot and she needs to get them kids cool.
That's true.
So she's waiting on her boss to give her permission. I don't know, honestly. I think I'm going to have to go to the next clue for this one.
Cool. I'm going to guess Cooking Mama, because that's the only mom I can think of. Okay, it's not Cooking Mama.
Okay.
It's got a Metacritic score of 79%.
Okay.
An intergalactic bounty hunter forgets how to use all her weapons until her old military commander plays Simon Says with her arsenal. I have a guess.
Is it Metroid?
Ooh, okay.
Other M.
I was thinking Returnal, but let's go Metroid Other M.
I don't think it's Simon, though. There's a military commander. What is his fucking name, though? Because Other M is very cringe. They tried to add like a story to Metroid, and it was like it was really bad. There's like a commander that like puts Samus down, and she's like all like sad and stuff in the game, and it's like that's not Samus. But anyway, I don't think that commander's name was Simon. We'll have to see.
It was correct. Nice job.
Wow. Okay.
Metroid Other M. Very nice job. Let's see. We had a legendary space warrior reduced to a crying mess because of a giant purple dragon she has already killed half a dozen times. Suddenly scares her again. Protagonist refuses to use her last heat-resistant armor in a literal volcano until a man tells her it's okay. You hold the controller sideways to cool ninja flips, but move awkwardly to point at the screen every time you want to shoot a rocket. And controversial Nintendo sci-fi game tried to add deep emotional backstory to a famous heroine. Very nice.
Adam, that was the guys. I was thinking of Adam. I don't know who Simon is, but I'm glad I got it right still.
Very nice. All right, let's jump into. We just did 110. Let's try 109. All right, game number 2. You play as an unlicensed civil engineer forcing sentient sticky spheres to form highly unstable workplace structures.
Is this Control, maybe? I don't really know.
Let's try it. It's not Control, but I got a Metacritic score of 85%. A physics simulator where your building materials have eyeballs and a desperate desire to be sucked into industrial plumbing. Do you think
Well,
this
considering...
is... Go ahead.
I was going to say I don't play physics simulators, so I'm at a loss.
You think it's Slime Rancher?
I don't know. I've never tried Slime Rancher. I have no idea what it's about.
I know you
I just thought it
farm
was like a
slimes,
Pokemon
but I
game.
don't know about building structures with them. Okay, it's not. All right, it was on Switch, Linux, and PC. Bridge constructor, but the steel beams are alive, squishy, and victims of unchecked corporate capitalism.
What the hell? What the hell, Leonte? I don't. The steel beams are alive. Um, Soylent Green is people. I don't know, man. This is weird. I don't have a guess for this one.
I was gonna go Pikmin, but I don't think Pikmin's on PC.
It is not on PC nor Linux, and it's also yeah, I mean you can make bridges out of Pikmin, but I wouldn't say they're steel beams.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Also, unchecked corporate capitalism. I feel like that's too heavy-handed of a message to put in a Nintendo game. I'm not sure though. I've not really played very much Pikmin.
All right, well, let's skip this one. Let's get another review in there,
Okay.
or description. All right, it's a puzzle platformer. No shit. A long-awaited sequel where you exploit the labor of adorable slime droplets by stretching them into wobbly towers. It's definitely not in the Slime Rancher franchise, so it's not Slime Rancher 2.
Desperately awaited sequel. Yeah, this is just so far out of my realm of wheelhouse. Like I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I feel like this has to be like an indie game or something.
Right. Is Shim or Skim, is that a bridge building one? Oh, it's not even a fucking option. Did I spell it wrong? Maybe that's why.
High School Musical making the cut.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, I don't know how to spell it. Okay. Skip. Released in 2024, it is a puzzle game about building rickety geometric shapes out of sticky blobs, now featuring actual fluid physics.
Actually, that sounds pretty fun, actually. But I don't know. I feel like because I kind of want to just like go into Steam and type in like puzzle game, like bridge building games, but I feel like that would be cheating.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right. Last one.
Let's skip it. Last one, yeah.
Developers 2D Boy LLC, a physics puzzle game from 2024 where you connect little black balls of slime to reach a vacuum pipe. Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
You had me going there.
Yeah, I still don't know. I can picture some weird, these like weird fuzzy characters that I'm thinking of, with like a face on them, but I couldn't tell you what game they're from.
Yeah. All right. It is World of Goo 2.
World of Goo. Okay, we could have guessed that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. For some reason, World of Goo was not coming to me.
No. Gooey.
The Gooey.
All right, next game. A low-level employee finds out the company's new snack food is a little too locally sourced and decides to quit his job without giving 2 weeks' notice.
Now, Thursday, July 26th or July 16th, 2026 must be the date that this game came out, right?
Yeah.
Or not the game came out, but the question came out.
Yeah, they do a new game every day, I believe.
Okay. I was gonna say the game didn't come out 2 days ago because that would be easy for me to guess.
Unless
But
maybe they do 5 a week. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yes.
low-level employee finds out the company's new snack food. Not a bad guess. I'll go with that one.
I don't know how the cake's made. Shit. All right, Metacritic score of 85%. You play as a severely malnourished guy with stretched lips who solves workplace disputes by mind-controlling guards with machine guns.
I'm sorry, he mind controls them with machine guns?
Yeah, I think they have machine guns, not they're mind controlled by machine guns.
Oh, see, this is why commas are so important.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Mind controlling guards with machine guns.
Is this Psychonauts?
Oh, could be.
Wasn't there something weird with food? I don't remember.
I've never played Psychonauts.
Shit. Okay, nope.
No.
I was on the right track. PS1, original platform,
Yeah.
PS1 and PC. An alien janitor discovers a corporate conspiracy to turn him and his coworkers into tasty meat pies.
Why do I feel like this is like an Oddworld game?
Oh.
Could be in that franchise.
Okay. Abe's Odyssey.
I couldn't tell you which one. I've never played them. I've seen some Game Grumps
Yeah.
videos of them. Yeah.
You were correct. Oddworld. Very
Oh
good
my
job.
God. Wow. All right.
Nice work. All right. Next. You play as an angry, prehistoric man who solves all his problems by throwing bees at people and domesticating giant cats.
I mean, what problem isn't solved by hucking a couple bees over there? Yeah, I don't know. Domesticating giant cats. Huh. Throwing bees, domesticating cats. I'm trying to think of any game that has giant cats in it to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Prehistoric. I was going to say Pokemon, but I don't think that's prehistoric. Unless it's Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Could be.
Fuck it. It's not. Okay.
Okay.
Metacritic 76%. A survival simulator where your most advanced piece of technology is a pointy stick and a really aggressive owl. Does Ori have cats in it?
I don't think of survival simulators now. Another category of game that I don't frequently play, and in fact, I actively avoid. Survival simulator where I'm trying to think of all the survival sims that I know of. It's an Ark Raiders, not Ark Raiders. Gosh, it's just called Ark, right? What's the one with the dinosaurs?
Yeah. Ark Park. Oh, Ark Survival Evolved.
Survival Evolved. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, not in the franchise either.
All right.
Okay.
Original platforms: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. You spend most of your time picking up rocks and leaves so you can craft a bigger bag that holds more rocks and leaves.
Now we're getting to the root of why I don't play survival games. What are some other popular survival games?
This doesn't sound like Don't Starve. I don't know if this would be The Forest.
That's a good guess, though.
Fucking. What else is there?
Rust, maybe?
Rust. See, the
Rust came out before PS4, though, right?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, and it did say prehistoric. You're right.
Far Cry Primal.
It's not a bad guess, honestly.
I don't remember throwing bees in that game, but
you never know.
Hey!
Oh, giant cats, saber-tooths.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good guess. Good job.
Thank you. All right, let's do two more. All right, next game. You wake up practically naked, and immediately begin aggressively union busting the local wildlife.
See, you had me at practically naked. I was on board, and then we're union busting now? No, I'm not. I'm against this.
Explain to me, what's practically naked? What's the distinction?
There's one leaf. It can't cover everything, so you gotta choose where it's gonna go.
Strategic.
Strategic placement. Gosh. Aggressively union. Wildlife too, by the way. I didn't realize squirrels were unionized. What the fuck is this game?
You wake up practically naked and immediately.
I'm gonna guess Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because you wake up in your boxers. That's all I have.
Swear to God. Nope. Okay.
That would have been so funny.
Metacritic score not yet rated. Uh-oh.
Oh.
A management simulator where you solve your logistical issues by throwing colorful spheres at things until they become your unpaid interns. It's a Pokemon game. What is it? Or is it Power World?
Oh, yeah, it could be Power World.
Because it wasn't in 1.0 yet. Yeah!
Yeah! All right, good job, dude.
Thank you, thank you. What else have we got for Pal World here? You can arm a legally distinct electric creature with a minigun to protect your berry farm.
Yes, you can.
Catch magical creatures, but instead of winning badges, you make them build assault rifles on an assembly line. Yep. Yeah, we definitely would have got it. Clue 3.
There's sweatshops in Power World? I don't think I want to play this game.
Oh, yeah. All right, one more for the road. Staring at dots connecting to other dots until a very angry triangle steals your asteroid.
Is it asteroids? I mean, I don't know, man.
No.
Okay.
87% on the Metacritic score. A real-time simulator for paying off space pirates so they go bother your neighbors instead of you.
Okay, let's think of ship management games and stuff. There's a lot of, what are some like long running like space games like that?
No Man's
What is that?
Sky.
No Man's Sky. What's that one where it's like a top-down view where you see the spaceship and you like patch up the oxygen part and stuff like that? You know what I'm talking about now? I just did a terrible job of explaining it. But yeah. It looks like a blueprint of a ship, basically, that you're trying to keep alive. I wish I could remember what it was called. It's very popular, though, and it's been around for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
God. Time Simulator. What's the one that's people? Oh, Kerbal Space Program. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good guess for sure.
Shit. Nope.
Nope.
Original platform.
Wait, was that in the same? Oh,
No,
it's not the same franchise.
Yeah,
it's not
it's got
franchise,
that X. Original platform PC. 3 groups argue over who gets to own floating space rocks by throwing increasingly large geometric shapes at each other.
What is that space game where you like have a ship and it's like an online MMO experience and people have spent like thousands of dollars on their ships?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I am blanking on it. Oh no.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
Star? No, it's not Star Citizen, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's like it starts with an E, I think.
Evangelion Online and
no, not Evangelion. Space game.
Phantasy Star.
I wish.
Sword Art. Star Trek.
Available.
Eve Online?
Eve Online. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Ooh, nope.
Nope. Strike out anyway. Okay.
All right. Genre real-time strategy. You spend 3 hours building an unstoppable armada only to lose half of it because you forgot to research how to survive near a different colored star. StarCraft?
I was going to guess StarCraft 2, but I didn't know if StarCraft went into space often. Because the Star... Well, no, but the StarCraft I played is like you're on the planet. You're not like in space. You're like fighting over the planet. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I haven't played a lot of StarCraft, admittedly, but yeah.
No, not StarCraft 2. Original release date was 2008. Capitalist humans, brainwashing psychic humans, and fleeing aliens all decide to fight over the same planetary orbits in real time.
So this is going to be a blind spot for me because in 2008, I was in 9th or 10th grade, and all I had was a Wii. So I was only playing Nintendo games, so I would have missed this game. Okay. I don't think it's Warhammer, actually.
I'm just going the different humans.
Yeah, no, we're in a post-capitalist society in Warhammer. It's straight back to feudalism. Let's see. Do you have brainwashing psychic humans though? Could be, shit, maybe. Fuck. I want to think. What is that one game where you're on Mars, I believe, and you have a hammer and you break through Mars? I think it's called like Gorilla or something. Red Faction.
Oh,
Gorilla or something.
Yeah. Red Faction Gorilla. I believe you're right. Whoopsie.
I don't know if that's the. Oh, is Red Faction the Cold War real-time strategy game?
Oh,
might be that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to. What is the name of that game? There is one game where it takes place on Mars and it's like a fully destructible environment, and it came out around 2008. But I can't think of what it's called. This is a hard one.
Yeah.
We got 2 guesses left.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, we could try Red Faction Gorilla and see.
Sure. I got nothing else. So
No.
no, not in the family. Okay.
Developer Ironclad Games. In RTS, we're zooming out. Excuse me. Turns epic 3D space battles into tiny little icons moving along phase lanes between planets. Once again, in RTS, where zooming out turns epic 3D space battles into tiny little icons moving along phase lanes between planets.
Sounds cool. Whatever this game is, except for the RTS part. We hate
Right.
RTSs here. But I like the idea that you can like zoom out of a fight. The only game that I know of that combines like RTS gameplay with like more strategy layered on top of it, and you can like zoom out of the battles and stuff, is Total War. But to my knowledge, I've never done a sci-fi game until the Total War Warhammer, which hasn't come out yet. So I don't think it's Total War. It's got to be a game that's like that's Warhammer Fantasy. So that's in the fantasy universe, so it's still not. Yeah. So I just don't know.
Love alternative.
I don't even want to. That sounded like a slur. I don't even want to say that. What's could it be? I give up. Yeah, I cry uncle. I don't know.
Ironclad. I was going to say Spore at some point, but it's all space related. Spore has only space at the end.
Spoiler.
Sorry. Did we already say StarCraft? We did.
Yeah.
Space. Space Otter Charlie.
I'm trying to think of the name of the. So there's a separate game in the Warhammer universe that's just the ship battles.
Okay.
And they made a video game based off it. I think it's called it's something Fleet, Gothic Fleet Armada or something like that. That could fit this description if they made this game. I would maybe remove the. I don't even think it has Warhammer in the title. I think it's just Gothic Fleet. Could be wrong about the fleet part. Gosh, what is it called? No, I can't remember the name of this now. Oh wait, scroll down. I thought I saw it. What was God? No, it's Gothic Murder. Okay, hold on. I am gonna Google what the name of this game is, but it's a game that I've thought of before. 40K ship battling game. Battlefleet Gothic Armada. That's what it's called. I got some of the words right. Battlefleet is one word. Don't even have the option?
Oopsie.
It's an RTS game, a space game.
No, just Battlefleet on its own.
No. That's my answer. That's the best. That's the answer. Dang it.
Battlefleet. Sins of a Solar Empire. What the fuck?
Would have never got that.
Nope. No, we would have not.
And that would be why they didn't have Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 on there, because that was not the right answer.
It is not.
Let's see, when did this game come out? Because this is going to bother me now. If it came out in 2008, I'm going to scream.
Oh, for your one? For Gothic?
For Battlefleet Gothic Armada, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, no, it actually came out in 2016. Wow. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a much older game. It plays like a much older game for sure. Like, it looks very old style. I think they maybe made it like a retro game intentionally, because the board game is from like the 80s. So.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just like it's not even a original game. It's a complete recreation of the board game, just in video game format, which is
Oh,
not good.
dang.
Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Thank you.
Cool. I'm glad. We didn't get too many, but we had some fun wins in there. So yeah, thanks for participating in that. So we're going to be moving on to our final segment, sadly. We're going to be moving on to what we're looking forward to playing in the future, whether it's a new release or something in our backlog. TJ, what are you looking forward to playing next?
Well, as I had mentioned earlier on the podcast, I've been in a bit of a gaming lull, so I'm looking for something to get me back into the swing of gaming. And to do that, I'm just looking at everything that I'm interested in right now. And as I also mentioned earlier on the show, I saw the Odyssey today. So I am currently downloading Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I
Oh,
would like to play some Greek stuff, go around on my ship, and whale around. I just got really into all the armor and the customs and the mythology and everything. And if I'm not mistaken, later on in the game in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you actually do get to fight like they're not called Medusas, but whatever, the Gorgons.
Gorgons.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, you get to fight Gorgons and other mythological creatures like Cyclopses and stuff. And I never got that far in the game.
Ah.
I put like 60 hours into it, but I never started fighting the mythological creatures. I was
Mm,
still just fighting the soldiers.
yeah.
So I think I want to re-download it and get to that part of the game where I'm like actually fighting in the mythos. I think that would be really fun. And yeah, I'm just really hooked on the Odyssey now. Ever after seeing the Christopher Nolan movie, it was very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, great game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, I think if you start exploring and taking your boat and just full sending it some places, that's where you'll find the mythological beasts. Because that's where I think I remember I started doing that, and then I stumbled upon it. Was like, oh, like oh,
I'm in danger.
yeah, exactly. Is it just the base game, or did you happen to get the DLC as well?
I don't know. Let me check my Steam page real
I
quick.
think there was an Atlantis DLC. Not that I played it, but obviously that would add another mythological fantasy element to it as well.
Yeah, let's see. DLC page. I do not own
Yeah,
the Atlantis DLC. So,
gotcha.
and it
Just
is $25. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I won't be getting that anytime soon,
yeah,
but I'll definitely get back into the base game some. I think it could be a lot of fun.
for sure.
And like I said, the combat in that game is really enjoyable. So, and
Mhm.
also the ship combat is also great. So, it's
Yeah.
just really cool.
Would you pick? Oh, I'm blanking on their names. Are you gonna pick the male or the female assassin?
I think I'm not going to start from the beginning. I think I'm actually
Oh,
going to just continue where I left off. And
yeah.
I was a female last time I played.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Right choice.
she's such a badass, and she's a really cool character. But also like I actually kind of remember Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like the beginning of it,
Mm.
like starting out like you were like a thief or something like that, and like you get caught and you get to like make a deal with a guy or something. And that's how you get like roped into the Assassin's Creed part of it. It's like I kind of remember that intro sequence, so I'm like that should be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. All right. Next one I'm looking forward to. I've It's been on the backlog for a while. As oh, you freeze. Hopefully you're good.
Okay,
There
I'm
we
back. Sorry, you
go.
froze. Yeah.
It's been a backlog for a while. It was. Oof, I pulled up the Steam page and I saw the release date and I'm like, it's been 3 years already. Fuck. And this is an indie game called Blanc. Blanc is an artistic cooperative adventure that follows the journey of a wolf cub and a fawn stranded in a vast snowy wilderness. They must come together in an unlikely partnership to find their families. It's developed by Casus Ludi and published by Gearbox Publishing in 2K, which is a surprise. Yeah, this game's art style looks amazing. It all looks very hand drawn, kind of almost like a coloring book before you color it. It's got that kind of vibe to it. And it looks like it's going to be a heartbreaker from what I remember of the trailer. I didn't realize that it was a cooperative game. So I did look, and yes, I can play this single player. I don't know if you've ever played Two Brothers or Brothers something. That game is like Xbox 360 era, and they remastered it at some point.
Was the Two Brothers game, was that they're like breaking out of prison, or am I thinking of a different game?
No, that is a similar. That's A Way Out from
A Way
the
Out,
Split
yeah.
Fiction devs. Yeah. But no, this was 360 era. I don't remember what it was. I didn't play it, but at least from what I've heard of that game, you control both brothers at the
Hmm.
same time with like both analog sticks.
Oh
And
God.
it sounds like you could do that in Blanc here, as if you want to play it single player, you just have to manage both characters. So yeah, I think originally, like I said, I didn't realize it was cooperative, but seeing this, I was like, oh, it looks beautiful. And yeah, I'm scared for what emotions I'm going to feel in this story. But yeah, I finally have grabbed it from my wish list, and I'm looking forward to playing it, and hope to be playing it not this week on stream, but I think the following week. I have it currently scheduled. So looking forward to that, and hopefully it doesn't tear me into a million pieces while I'm live, because that will be fun to experience.
Well, it will be a little more difficult trying to control both characters. I
Sure.
think I got a headache just with you explaining that, but I think you could probably figure it out. I think if anybody could adjust to that, it'd be you. So,
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
yeah.
Well, everybody, that's going to be another episode of the Relatively Gaming Podcast. We appreciate you guys hanging out so much with us today, whether you're watching or listening. If you enjoyed yourself, remember there's a few things you could do here on the podcast to help us out. 1, like the video, like the episode that you're watching right now. 2, subscribe so you don't miss an episode that releases every Monday at 12 noon Eastern. And number 3, share it with somebody who you think would also enjoy it, so we can have more cool people like you in our community. Yeah, we'd really appreciate it. We're creeping up on a certain number, which I'm surprised already in terms of episodes. I'm like, damn, time flies. But it's been a blast doing these episodes with you guys listening, and obviously with TJ recording these week in and week out. So TJ, as always, thank you, sir, for popping in here and doing the recording. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for hosting this week, doing the great quiz, and all the hard work you do. Wouldn't be
Thanks.
possible without you. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Everybody, thank you guys so much once again. Give it a watch, give it a listen, and we will see you outside of Midgar in Rebirth. Maybe I will. TJ's still in there. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.